Hi, Dr. Allison JK here. I'm really happy that you've joined me. So feel free to like and subscribe and share the video. These are really great topics to help you and your friends and loved ones make sense out of the times. Not only that, but actually thrive. So I know that one of the things that I've been focusing on in interviews recently that I can see wants to get out there to support you all more is the idea of being able to not, and it's also under this full moon. So if you're seeing, this is a timeless video, but one of the aspects of this Libra full moon, the first full moon of the new astrological year, just completing the retrogrades. Venus is now out of retrograde, and the eclipse season, the first of the two this year, is now complete. So there is going to be this sense of momentum able to get established now moving forward. But what I want to get more specifically into is this aspect of, with having a momentum, with being able to make choices that create the life that you desire, more and more aligned with your heart, that make your heart sing, because you are choosing, whether you're actively making choices or not, what's showing up in your life. Hey, so that's a great part what vibrational upgrade is all about. We change your subtle energy system, so what you're sending out there through the law of magnetics, or law of attraction as pop culture calls it, comes back in and is more aligned for you rather than miscreations, because you're sending out all these unconscious thoughts, conclusions, old patterns, and that is what the universe picks up on. So now is really a great time to start with a fresh start. I'm here to see some Celtic music, and so I'm outside here during this intermission, fitting in this video for the week. So that's the breeze that's happening here. What am I talking about? The pushing. So one aspect of this full moon is pushing versus allowing. And so as you establish a new momentum towards, like, okay, let's say a new possibility comes in, or you've had a new awareness come in through your email inbox, and you start inquiries, and like I just was right here picking up a schedule of what's coming up here, because I saw Shakespeare was on the form, and we started talking, and they need speakers. And so, like, as if out of the blue, this stuff always happens around me, and that's a great part. What my focus is in Magic Manifestation and Money Flow, my signature program, is the first 6 weeks in the videos of the curriculum, not even in the live interaction with me, you're receiving an opening of your subtle energy system to call in and magnetize to yourself more new possibilities. So I walk my talk, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. It's that's a great example, though, of the ease instead of the pushing. So there's a sense of you're forcing, you're making things happen, you're pushing, you're taking a lot of action steps, you're like sitting in front of your computer frustrated they haven't answered yet, so you reach out again, or like just not working with the balance of the masculine and the feminine flows. So the stepping out and the receptivity within your subtle energy system and your consciousness, so that you're managing your self-talk in a way that you don't push, and instead you take an inspired action step out, because your guidance showed you now is the time. The signs showed you now is the time. And for those of you who have difficulty following through, I'm not suggesting you wait for a sign that says now is the time, because if there is no momentum, and you are one of the folks that instead of a lot of action you don't take a lot of action, you kind of are a waiter, and I don't mean serving at a restaurant. If you wait a lot, then taking a step out actually is recommended, because that will ignite a momentum, and that's the nature of the full moon's energies we're in right now. But all the time, yeah, because I was just talking to a teacher friend of mine, and about her and her speaking opportunities, and she spent a lot of years learning, going to seminars, buying programs, working with coaches, but not stepping out there and actually speaking in paid speaking gigs. And so she was telling me about a strategy one of the coaches taught her about, like, once you get 500 LinkedIn connections or contacts, then step 2 we can implement, and then step 3. So it's like 5 is when she actually starts pitching her talks. And so that's somebody else's opinion of what's worked for them. The way that I work within Magic Manifestation and Money Flow is in working with all of my people, but typically I work with people in Magic Manifestation and Money Flow, and then the program after that, which is the Mastermind, is everything's organic to you. So my guidance will come in, as one of my team members said, you're like their own personal spirit guide. when he learned in our last team meeting about how magic manifestation and money flow works like this, where I will loan you my intuitive guidance, which is phenomenal, and as we develop yours, open up your system, shift things around so that then as you're presented with tools, once you've done enough shifting, you're able to begin to increasingly tune into your guidance. And so there's a balance that's wanted to be struck all the time, right, between masculine and feminine, yin and yang, action and allowing, but having the right energetics in your subtle energy system, meaning your chakras are open and emanating out in a certain way with your consciousness cleared and purified enough so that you have the capacity to make choices that are different and new and welcome in with a different shifted consciousness and subtle energy system, allowing yourself to receive the answers to what you desire coming in and manifesting. So there's a lot of different steps, and it all sounds really pithy on social media, but there's a lot of different steps and shifts that have to occur to allow yourself those different aspects of successfully manifesting more than what you've already been able to manifest, especially carving out a new pathway, which it is the time for now. So striking a balance between the pushing or the stepping out, depending on where you're coming from typically, and then the stepping back and the allowing is really a good thing to engage in now. And action will initiate more momentum. So I suggested to finish up that story, my teacher friend, I'm like, why don't you just, maybe if your time is short, because she's still teaching in the classroom, put off the LinkedIn contact working and just reach out to some places that need speakers and start speaking. So taking action steps, especially if you're that kind of person I've already described, is really going to be helpful. And if you're a doer and action taker, balancing that out with learning how to give space and allow for the universe to respond, not only to your actions, but I have noticed that for super achievers, what has been used to in the West, particularly in America, 5 action steps, you can reduce to like maybe 3 or even 2. The more that your subtle energy system and consciousness is arranged in such a way, meaning managed with increased self-mastery and opened and emanating, doing more of the work for you. So if you want to learn more and actually accomplish this, have this be your reality, come into Magic Manifestation and Money Flow. I don't normally just directly talk about that, but now is a fantastic time. I'm getting ready to go to the heart chakra of the planet, and then after that to even more sacred sites. So the work in Magic Manifestation and Money Flow coming up is going to be even more extraordinary than it already is. So there's a lot of play. I'll be coming to you from sacred sites, and you'll be getting the extra power from that, and I'll be bringing in more light because of what I'm doing during training, vibration upgrade practitioners on the retreats. So if you have been circling your wagon around Magic Manifestation and Money Flow, my signature program, check it out. I'll put the link below, which is always there, but I'll put it right in the first line. And look at some of the results people have been able to get. Really let yourself look beyond dismissal of things that you think you know about already, or you think you have an understanding about, including the price, because it's really phenomenal how much myself and my team are seeing people think they understand how much Magic Manifestation and Money Flow is, my signature program, and they're way off. So what if you could actually have what you want? Another example of this, I gotta go, but another example of this is this week I had an event, and a woman, the first 5 register, were gonna get a free scan of their business and or projects coming in or new opportunities for their business or career. And one of the women who was number 3, she didn't show up live for it because she didn't even expect to get picked. And I'm like, well, we need to shift your expectations of how lucky you are. Now is the time, y'all. Fresh start. Bam. Namaste. See ya.